Hello folks, hope you're well. So, what offends me and what does not? Well, nothing really offends me in the way that it used to. I used to get quite offended by things, and I used to get quite concerned about things, and not anymore. Even this point now of, am I concerned now that there are pastors in churches that are leading people to hell? No. Not at all. It's none of my concern. The reason why it's none of my concern is very, very simply, people have the right to choose. And if they choose to stay in the church like that, then they can do. They can do. It's their choice. They can leave. The best thing for anyone to do, if you're in a church that is not teaching you to walk, then you should leave. You should focus on your relationship with God. If you try and improve your relationship with God, there's an absolute guarantee that God will move mountains for you. Because He will. The Lord said that the Father is a vine dresser. If the Father is a vine dresser, then focus on your relationship with Him, and He will do what needs to be done with you as a branch to help you to bear fruit. Because that's His desire. And that is His desire for you. So, too many people want safe. And the problem is, you can have safe here, or you can have safe and wonderful and peaceful and beautiful for eternity. If you choose to have that for eternity, then here in this world, it will be the opposite. It should be the opposite. Because if you're choosing God's way and God's will, then the world will hate you. If you choose to do it the world's way and be safe and have a little bit of peace, if you think that's peace, which really isn't peace, but if you think it is, then okay. Then, then you're choosing to go to hell. You're choosing it. You don't have to choose that. It's your choice. I don't know why in this video I stood there for so long. It's quite likely there were other people with dogs or kids in the new area. Because obviously when you have so many dogs coming up to people with kids, it can be an issue. You don't want the kids or the family to be concerned about it. And so therefore, you have to wait until the people have gone in order to go. And so, that happens a lot. With doggies, yes. But getting back to the point, when it comes down to it, folks, people get to make their own decisions. They get to choose what sort of life and what sort of eternity they want. But this whole idea that you can have a peaceful, safe church sort of thing, no, you can't. You can't. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You can't have it that way. We are told in the Word of God that the difficult path is the one for God's people. If you want the easy path, then okay. That is the point. You can choose. People are in a position where they can choose. They get to be the ones to decide, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go. Yeah. Okay. It's never forced upon them. You know, there will be people, as I said before, that when they reach their destination and see, oh dear, this is where I am, they're going to try to blame everything and everybody else. They're going to try to plead that they were forced down this path. And the reality is, no, you weren't. No, you chose it. See, the difference between myself and a lot of these people that speak now, a lot of the people still want to say nice things. Don't want to say anything that could offend people. Yeah, even the people that are telling people what God has been saying for a few years. They still want to say things that are nice and they don't want to offend people. The problem is, truth will offend people. And when you say to people they are choosing to go to hell, they are choosing that. That's something that they won't like. Like Chris Blackerby. He won't talk about this. He won't talk about any of this at all. Because he knows that people won't want to come and hear him talk. And so he stays on the safe stuff. He brings the nice stuff that God has brought to him. Now maybe, as a pastor, that's the point. He's bringing stuff, and God gave him exactly what he knew that he wanted to say, rather than things that he wouldn't want to say. Because therefore, that's a big problem. He has to choose. Everything I've seen from his videos, there's nothing in there that could offend people, really. He even says, people go to different churches because, the way they want things and how they understand things. That's the reason they go to different churches. Which is completely crap. It is absolute crap. It's a way of people pleasing. It's a way of trying to please everyone. And saying that everyone who goes to church is still covered and will still go to heaven. Absolute rubbish. It's nonsense. You only have to look at the words of Yeshua to understand that is nonsense. That there is really no truth in that. So Chris Blackerby, again, has been saying things because he's still a pastor. And although God has given him things to say, as I say, it is very much a case where Chris has gone way beyond that and said a lot of stuff that God did not give him to say. That's a certainty. So that's why I don't promote his videos. That's why I don't say to people, go and look at his stuff. I say to people, I saw a few of his videos, and some of the things he says was good, but everything he said was good. Some of the things he said was good, but not all of them. Some of them, yeah. Yeah. And that is the situation, isn't it, really? Yeah. But as I say, that's the point. I have no concerns whatsoever about saying things that could offend, because I know that these things are important. I know that some things have to be said. Some things are that important that they need to be said. Yeah. As you see, that car wasn't big enough to get all the doggies in the boot. No. So therefore, Molly, Chewy and Amber had to go into the seats in the back because there wasn't enough space in the boots for them. And if there's too many, they argue too much. So therefore, that doesn't help. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, they've gone now, those doggies. To new tool. Well, they've been split up and gone to new places. Yeah. There you go. The life of dogs, eh? Sometimes not good for them at all. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. Well, as I said, the situation is, if you're in a church that's leading people to hell, leave that church. That church is not really helping you, so leave it. Walk away from that church. Because it's not helping you at all. And it doesn't matter if you can't find another church. Because, yeah, people in church think if you don't have a church, then the devil will get you. Well, the problem is, if the devil is in charge of most of the churches, he's already got you. So, yeah. Staying in a church or leaving the church, yeah. Leaving the church, there's more chance that you will hear God. In the church, there's too much noise. And, yeah. I say most people in church, if they hear truth, then, yeah, they get offended, and straight away that they are offended is not truth, is it? Because it's bad, because they got offended. So therefore, truth can't be bad, can it? Because bad is evil. So truth can't be evil, so therefore it can't be truth. So then, folks, I'll leave you to it. Yeah. I would seriously advise you, I'd be speaking to God about, does he want you in the place that you're in? Well, because a lot of people, they stay in places for years and 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 years. And it's quite often the case God wanted you to be in that church for a time. Not for 20 years or 30 years. Maybe only for 1 year or 2 years. But you're still there. Why? Go to the Father and ask him, should you still be in that church? There you go. Be blessed. Speaking later.